Okay, so whenever you hear this noise starting up, always a good sign the radio might work. And it is a good old classic this. I have a great mate of mine down in Tassie that wants a 720A, and I said, oh, I think in our museum we still have one left that can be available. So, and I said to him, aha, does it work though? So that's what we're about right now. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is looking good. Okay. All right, let's have a look. What are we putting into it? 0.6 of a microvolt. So let's just take that down a little bit. Right on about 0.5. Let's make sure it's hearing nicely around there. A little bit under, that'll do. Oh, yeah. Weren't they great classics, these old things? I think the biggest part of the classic conversation is the band up and down. Yeah, the relays. Does its major change when it goes up to 7.1. So as you cycle around. And on that, one of the tests that we do is, unfortunately, we've got to go through and go like this and go, hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're into a dummy load, so we can do whatever we want, but you do need to check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that at each time that it's doing these relay switches, 1, 2, 1, 2, that you're getting actually something happening. Oh, that'll be fine. No relay switch on that one. 24, hello, yeah. 28, 1, 2, 3, yeah, alright. So the good news, well, not good news yet. Oh, sorry, I should just do 29 just in case. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah, all good. Okay, 160 meters, yeah, these things were great on 160 meters actually. A lot of people use these on 160. I'm not sure what the attraction was, but apparently good receivers. 1, 2, 3, and transmit. Alright, so pretty much we know that it's got a super hot receiver, it's got a transmitter working from 0 to 30 megs, so yeah, impressive actually. Things also we like to check is to make sure once again that its modes are working correctly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, you're getting plenty of carrier there, etc, etc. Keep in mind these do have a receive transmit button, so don't get fooled if you turn the radio on and you've got this needle happening and that red light of course happening. Very good chance that you've got it in transmit and you might have left the antenna off, which will be even worse. Now they do have an RF power. It's a true RF power control, so you can wind it right back, so you 1, 2, 1, 2, and hang on, let's go back to sideband here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you can bring it up and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, and actually I should have been showing you over here because you can see the difference over here straight away. But yeah, look, these things, great little radios for their time. They actually, I don't know, I just think that they didn't get the accolades they should have got. I think because people were confused by this. It just, I'm not sure people quite understood what was going on with that. But I always thought it was a great little feature. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, basically CW, AM, and they designate over here to show you what you're on in lower, Retty, etc. Uppers function and sideband. CW narrow is function, then CW narrow. Very straightforward, not hard to work out these things. Very, very easy. And basically, AGC slow and fast, noise blanker, attenuator that's obviously working, so that's good. RFALC, 1, 2, 1, 2. Have a look here. Hang about. I just have to get that switch a little bit of a push then, but oh yeah, good. Okay, good. Simplex duplex. Trying to remember what they did with the simplex duplex. Let's just see. Was that so that I think it was AB? It swapped. Yeah, AB. So basically, VFO-A, VFO-B. You could like a split really. It's not so much a it's duplex, but yep. Then you had ham or general coverage. So of course, then you could go up and down 1 meg at a time. So you could turn this into a receiver like so, quite easily. Go back to ham. There we go. We're back to our annoying tone again. So yeah, not a bad little sort of design. And you got to remember when these things came out. The other thing too, had 100 hertz or 10 hertz when you're going up there. So there and obviously a lot faster there, but so getting down to the fine 100 hertz is there. We're down to 10 hertz actually, sorry, and then there we go, a lot faster there. Vox, hello, yep, no, that works. Obviously the microphone's sitting there. Hello, yep. And yeah, it's just one to watch. It's just that receive transmit on there. It's funny. I've got a full IC2KL system with the power supply for the 2KL, and it all is the same format, same size, same everything. It was actually made. I've even got all the attachments that go to the back to this. And by the way, I'm not trying to sell my client in Tasmania on the whole lineup, not at all. But I just happened to mention that. But and actually, I've got a couple of little problems to fix with that, so I shouldn't be talking about that just yet because that's not quite going just yet. A couple of filter issues with that one. Still sitting in the boxes. I haven't got to that, but that sounds like most of the equipment in this place. But anyway, but overall, look, this is they're a fabulous little radio. Very easy to hook up an amp, by the way. 2 RCA connectors on the back for this one here and here for send and receive. Send receive and for ALC. Obviously, run your external receiver through there. Blah blah blah. That's why it's sensing my hand there when I touch that. They run the receiver path through there, so you can actually divide that out. But yeah, look. And I suppose the only other thing we want to do is just put about. Oh yeah. No, that's fine. Absolutely. Let's turn that annoying noise off, and yeah, I'm happy. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. No, look. As I said, great old radios. Look, be pre-warned a little bit. They do have some atypical faults that can come up. Those relays that I told you I love so much in listening to. Well, they can give you some problems. This one is actually really, really good. And I've had them before where they'll make the noises, but then you'll have a band there was no transmit, or there's it's just because they click, don't be thinking to yourself that it's definitely a-okay. You want to do what I did, just run a quick transmit test. Generally, I found if there's transmitting fine on each band, you'll find the receiver path, if you've checked it at one spot, will be fine on the rest of them as well. Very unusual to find receiver issues. Oh, they did have an early model passband here. You can hear the obviously not as just hit the button there, whoops. Not as effective as the new Icom stuff and the ASU, etc. But it was early days when they did this, and certainly a little bit handy if you needed to just maybe split the frequency a bit and try and get rid of a bit of noise that might be giving you a bit of trouble. All right, well, that's the IC720A. This one will be heading down to Tassie and joining a good mate of mine in his quest to own all things that he owned when he was in the 1980s. And I think we all do a bit of that. I think we do. I don't think we mean to, but psychologically there's part of us that just love doing that, collecting some of those bits. I was only telling him today, for me it was the bits I couldn't afford when I was younger. I just, he's a little bit older than me, and but during that, his apprenticeship days, I used to walk past the shelves and just couldn't really see myself, even if I worked for the next year, or owning some of the, back in those days, it was the IC 781. That was the big box flagship that was there, and the funny, I own one now, and it's beautiful, and that's lovely. But there was no chance of owning one when I was 16, 17 years old. That's just the way it is. All right, well, IC720A, great little radio. Certainly think this one seems to be working all right. Looks relatively clean too. Really nice front plate on it. Panel's not too bad. Mic looks like it's in very clean condition. So yeah, I think this will suit my good old mate. Okay, 73s from VK3CM, Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Thank you very much for actually noticing. Quite a few of you are subscribing, and please, when you subscribe, feel free to make a comment in the comments file. I'd love to say good day to you, and certainly introduce yourself to us. Absolutely, no matter where you are from around the world, it's fantastic. I've got to say, I've got a chap in Miami at the moment who the Triple H net on 40 metres. I haven't got the right antenna up for it just yet. I'll get the 4-element opti back up, but my goal is to work him. It's great that he watches the YouTube, but I want to work him on 40 metres. So you know who you are. We'll be trying, absolutely, and I will try and get some recordings of the Triple H net. That was actually a very good suggestion. I read that today, so many thanks for that. Okay, well, whether you're in Miami, Florida, which is probably the place to be, versus Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria right now, it's bloody hot here. I reckon Florida might be just pleasant. Anyway, all the best, guys. Cheers.